I was staring at myself in the mirror, and I used to pick apart every little thing trapped in this battle of body image. It was a hard journey. But my turning point came when I realized that these perceived flaws didn't define my value. The shift began a positive mindset, a change, a transformative conversation that I had with God. I'm telling you, have you ever had someone tell you something and it just stuck with you? It was like, it stuck like Velcro. You couldn't shake it off no matter what, no matter how hard you tried. That reality just becomes who you are. That was me. I believe I was in the 6th grade, maybe 11, 12 years old. Someone told me that I was skinny. You were skinny. You're skinny now, but wait until you have kids and those hips spread. Those words stuck with me. That's how I saw myself for years. Just somebody with, that's gonna have big hips. Hi, I'm Lisa Nash, also known as Lisa J, founder of Losing It Your Way. And today on my channel, I'm discussing body image and how I overcame body dysmorphia and the turning point when I truly started loving myself. Because there was a time when I did the dance and I looked in the mirror and I said I was cute and spinning around, but deep down inside, I was hurting. And I didn't feel that way. I did the dance, but I just always focused on my hips and how I can lose my hips. That's what they said to me. You're skinny, but when you have kids, your hips will spread. So that was killing me inside. And again, why would someone, a grown person, tell an 11-year-old, a 12-year-old that? I didn't have a boyfriend. I wasn't even thinking about kids. But at that age, that stuck with me through my whole, adult life. After several miscarriages that I was dealing with the loss, again, my hips, always focusing on how am I losing weight, and my hips played a big part of that. So several years later, after I had my son, holding him in my arms, my precious baby, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you got your baby, praise God, but what we gonna do about those hips? What are we gonna do about those hips? It wasn't, I was so focused on my hips, didn't realize that the weight that I gained, I was on bed rest for 7 months. I gained 51 pounds. So yes, I'm gonna have some hips, I'm gonna have some thighs, I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff being in bed for 7 months. But my focus points was the hips. And that was my life, guys. I kid you not, that was my life from 18 to 27 years old, going up and down in my weight. It was exhausting. Just thinking about it. I did every yo-yo diet that you can think of. You name it, I did it. To name a few, I'm sure you guys remember the cabbage soup diet, the military diet, eating all the eggs, the hot dog and ice cream diet. That was a good one. And yes, I lost weight doing all of those fad diets. But after I went back to my normal eating in about a week or 2, maybe 3 weeks, all the weight came back, probably plus some. But the key was I did not lose my hips. My hips remained the same. That was around the time that I developed an eating disorder called bulimia. And one might ask, what is bulimia? It's an eating disorder that is characterized by uncontrolled episodes of overeating, binge eating, followed by purging, such as vomiting and misuse of laxatives. And I would do that time and time and time again. After I eat, within 2 hours, I would politely excuse myself and go and purge. Oftentimes people that have this disorder, they usually stay, in a healthy weight. And I did. So nobody never knew that I was struggling with that. I got away with it for years. And yes, there was family members that knew. There was family members that knew. I won't name names. But if y'all remember that movie, Sparkle, the original Sparkle, Sister, that's who I was to my family members. I was the one that couldn't fly on one wing, and my drug of choice was me being a bulimic. I was purging, and I had my family convinced that this is the last time. I'm not going to do it again. I promise. Like, the ones that knew I was doing it, like, this is it. I had them convinced, this is it. I'm not going to do it. And I would stop for a couple of months, and then I would gain a few pounds. And then I would, start overeating again. And it didn't matter. I would always start back with the purging. And it didn't matter whether I was home or in a restaurant. I was just, again, excuse myself, go to the bathroom, stick my finger down my throat, and purge. And there was times I remember saying, like, God help me, like, this is it. I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again. But I would keep doing it. I will also drink distilled white vinegar, not the apple cider vinegar that people are drinking today. I just heard somebody say drink vinegar. I didn't hear the apple cider part, so I was drinking white vinegar like it was Diet Coke. So the vinegar, the purging, and the laxatives is how I lost weight. I can remember after I got married, going to my parents' house, and I was standing in the driveway, and my parents is pulling into the driveway, and my mom, she like scrunching, and she looking like trying to see who is that in her driveway. It's me, but like she did not know it was me because I was so thin, so skinny. And I'm like, when I think back, I had on an orange shirt too, because I remember that shirt falling off of me, and it was an extra small. I was so thin. And even my mother-in-law truly thought I was Sister on Sparkle. Like, she asked my husband, you sure? You sure? You sure? And my husband like, no, she just exercising. She's going overboard. She don't eat that much. And I was doing got back to doing what I was doing, purging, laxatives. And yes, and when I exercised, I was trying to exercise all day. It just seemed like I wasn't exercising enough. And the fact was, I was thin. My hips had probably went down thin as I had gotten, but looking in the mirror, the only thing I just kept saying, God lose my hips, God lose my hips, gotta be thin, gotta be thin. I did not see how I look. I didn't look, I was not at a healthy weight at all. I was not at a healthy weight at all. I looked sick, but I couldn't see it then. But when I go back and look at pictures, I can see it. I developed IBS. My doctor prescribed me IBS medicine. I do not have irritable bowel syndrome, but because I bruise my body, I'm not regular. So I'm prescribed the medicine to help me go. And because I overabuse my body, sometimes the medication does not work at all. I mean, it may work sometimes it worked for a day or two, and then it would just stop working. But thank God, I get my checkups, I have my colonoscopy, I have no polyps, everything is fine. I just have a lazy bowel. And that is due to purging, misuse of laxatives, and drinking the vinegar. I developed bad bacteria in my body. Didn't realize it, and got that treated. Thank God. So I do not drink distilled white vinegar anymore. And I did all of that thinking that my hips would go down. And again, they probably did go down. So one day I'm having a conversation with God, and during one of my inner healing sessions, and I like to commune with God, and I'm just like asking God, is he pleased with my life? Just talking to God. And then I see this I see this 11-year-old girl crying, asking God, like, why? Like, why? Like, what's wrong with my hips? Why? Like, why do I have to have big hips? Like, is my hips gonna go away? And I'm crying. And then God showed me who I was. He showed me graduating from elementary school, showed me my 8th grade graduation. When I graduated, he showed me my wedding, showed me myself in bathing suits on a beach. I then started to see myself how God sees me. At that moment of all of that, I was set free. No more guilt, no more shame. I love my hips. I embrace my hips. I learned to truly love me at that point, at that moment. Right then and there, I let all of that go. The person I let go. All the bad diets I let go. I put it all behind me, and then just started loving on me, loving on myself. Just all that pain. I mean, so much pain. So much pain. I was set free. The chains broke. And I thank God for that, because at that moment, all of that, whew. And then I started reading scriptures like Ephesians 2:10. And I'm going to put it up there so you can see it. But I know it says something like, we are God's masterpiece. And so I am God's masterpiece. I don't let anybody define me. Can't nobody say anything to me that's going to hurt me. I am God's masterpiece. I had to realize that I was his masterpiece. It didn't matter what she said, or what diet failed, or, what was going on. It just didn't matter. Then I had to reprogram my thoughts. And I had to transform my thinking. And we know Romans 12:2 remind us, do not be conformed to this world, but being transformed by the renewal of your mind. That by testing and discerning what the will of God is, what is good and acceptable and perfect. So somebody telling me that I'm going to have big hips is a lie. Is a lie. It's not acceptable. And I refuse to believe the lies of the enemy. It is true, yes, that my hips was going to get big after I had children, but it was how it was said. It was like how it stuck to me. Because again, I'm an 11-year-old girl, and you have somebody telling you, Okay, you skinny now. Like you think you cute now. You skinny now. But wait until you have them kids. Them hips gonna spread. You know? Lie. Big hips and all. At my highest weight, 210 pounds. I was doing the dance. I'm loving me. But deep down inside, I was hurting. But I know now, can't nothing hurt me. Nothing. I am a child of God. I know who I am and I know whose I am. So there's many scriptures that I have read where I can see myself as God sees me. And once I got delivered and got rid of that self-doubt and the past hurts and the pain, I started helping myself. But guess what? During that whole time, all those years, I have been helping other people lose weight. I have. I've been helping other people lose weight. I would go on Zoom. I would go on FaceTime. And you needed a workout buddy? Lisa J was there. I was there helping people, but I was struggling inside. At work, 15-minute break, lunch break, we were working out, and I was struggling. And I remember someone saying to me, Dad, ever since I've known you, you've been like exercising and trying to lose weight. And that was true. But guess what? I'm still doing it. I'm exercising, but I'm doing it all to be healthy and fit. I want to be healthy and fit the rest of my life. So I will not stop exercising. What I will stop doing, what I stopped doing is the things that I used to do. I'm not that person anymore. I'm delivered from body shame, body dysmorphia, bulimic. I am delivered. And I know that I exercise with purpose. I eat with purpose. My favorite saying is, you can't out-exercise a bad diet. We all gonna have those days when we wanna overeat. Yes, we will. And if you do it, don't feel guilty. Do it. Get a journal. Write down what you're eating. So it will help you on your next meal. Or if you go back, if it's the next day, go back and look. It will help you. And that's what I do. That's my story. I do, that's what works for me. And I suggest that, you do the same. You pray. You journal, you see what works for you, because everything doesn't work for everybody. So yes, I'm a flexitarian. I've done it all, tried all the diets, the paleo, the this, the that, but I know what works for me. So I do eat meat, once or twice a week. I eat seafood. Some days I'm only eating vegetables. Some days I'm not eating dairy products. I carb cycle. That's what works for me. You have to figure out what works for you and then do it. Be consistent with your exercise. Again, I work out 3 to 5 days a week. If I'm lucky, I'll do 5 days a week. I'm definitely doing 3-4 days a week. And so it took me years to realize that you cannot spot reduce body parts. So guys, friends, eat clean, exercise, and be consistent. Prep your meals, plan your workout days, do your highest and best. Remember, no quick fixes, no yo-yo dieting, no starving yourself. That's not the answer then, and it's not the answer now. So, reflecting back on my journey, I've learned the power of self-love and faith, despite battling body image and dealing with bulimia. And, I just had that moment where I turned to God for guidance. Turn to God for guidance. That's my story. I realized that my worth was not defined by other people. It don't matter who it is. It don't matter what it look like, tastes like, whatever. I know who I am, and I embrace scriptures every day. And I'm living out my dream. I am living out my dream. I'm living out my purpose as a fitness trainer now. And I thank God for that. That's, this is my journey. I had to go down that journey. God does not waste anything. So I'm going to say that. He doesn't waste anything. My failures did not define me. So I thank God again for who I am, what I've been through. And I'm just loving on you guys. I'm loving my clients. And I'm Lisa J. And I'm losing it my way. You can lose it your way. Come back to this channel and just keep coming back and losing it your way. God bless you.